Hey guys, it's Yusafa back with another episode of Voices of the Community. Some names in Marvel Contest Champions don't just play the game, they shake the community, and Trappy is one of those voices. Known for his raw honesty, his skill in battlegrounds, his unapologetic critiques of Kabam, Trappy built a reputation as both a competitor and a content creator who never pulled his punches. But with success came pressure. The daily uploads, the demand to perform, the constant grind. It all turned the game from something he loved that's something that felt like work. Burnt out set in, and Trappy stepped away. But now he's back. Refreshed, refocused, and re engaged with MCOC, Trappy returns not just as a player, but as someone who has been through the highs, the lows, and found his way back to the joy of the game. In his own words, MCOC has been uplifting, a true escape, and even with all of its flaws, a positive force in his life. Today, we drive into Trappy's journey, from the thrill of victory to the weight of burnout to the redemption of rediscovering why he plays. This is more than just a comeback story. This is a conversation about passion, pressure, community, and the game we all can't stop playing. Ladies and gentlemen, Voices of the Community, and this is Trappy. Hey guys, it's Yusafa, and I'm back with another interview for Voices of the Community. I'm really excited to introduce this fellow. A lot of you in the community may know him. My next guest is Trappy. Trappy, how about you give us a little introduction about yourself, what interested you in this Marvel Contest of Champions game, and yeah, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yo, what's good, people? So, I've been playing the game for I want to say 3-ish years now, excluding the little break I have, which most of you know. And yeah, I got into the game mainly just from a old friend who showed it me, and from that point on, I got pretty good at the game, and it sort of became a little bit of an addiction. So, yeah,
When did you start?
that's how I started playing.
When did
When
you?
did I start playing?
Yeah, when did you start playing, Trappy?
I think it was 2021. I'm pretty sure March of 2021 is exactly when I started playing.
Were you a fan of Marvel? Were you a comic book collector? What interested you in this Marvel Contest Champions game?
I've never been a comic book fan, but yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of Marvel. I've seen
Yeah.
most of the MCU movies. Yeah, I just liked the game because it was fun. Honestly, at first it was something for me to do in like my free time when I was
Yeah.
bored, and I enjoyed it. Yeah,
So
I
you,
I, I
I'm
oh
sorry, go
God,
ahead.
I'm really into games that don't end because like most games I want to 100%. So a game that keeps going, I think that's what drew me into it and kept me playing that it just never ends. There's always stuff to do in there.
What other kind of games do you play?
I'm into fighting games and platformers mainly, but I really like to 100% games and get stuff done 100% in there. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm more of a completionist, I'd say.
right. In previous discussions that I've had with you, you've said that MCOC has given you an escape when you needed it and made you feel like you were part of
Yeah.
that you were a part of something. Can you take us back to that moment? Like, what role did the game really play in your life when you started?
But when I started, there wasn't that much of a community. I did talk to a few players, but at first, I just played the game because it was fun. But as I got more into the community and joined a decent alliance, that's when the community became a big deal for me, and I started to make new friends,
Yep.
and I really started to enjoy it because it's nice meeting new people outside of the UK. To be honest with you,
Right.
most people around here suck.
It must be right there. How long after you started playing the game did you start trying out this YouTube thing?
Oh, it was a while actually. I think I played the game for a whole year before I even did YouTube because
Yep.
I started doing it as I went to the Battle Realm Brawl. That's when I started to do YouTube.
Right. And
Yeah.
YouTube just increase that connection with the overall MCOC community, right? And it kind of
Yeah.
it brought you more
Honestly,
into the game.
yeah, I kind of enjoyed doing YouTube on the game more than actually playing the game
Yeah.
in the later aspects of my MCOC career.
Yeah. I feel like so, and to me, I can empathize with this, but you've also said that doing YouTube videos somehow made it feel like more of work instead of a game that you were playing, especially
Yeah,
when the
not
pressure to upload every day was there.
not at first, but like I'd say around like 6 months in, like I was definitely feeling an immense amount of pressure to like keep up with the upload schedule. And not only that, in Battlegrounds, like I felt like I was expected to do every single fight perfect.
Yeah,
And I really like wouldn't like losing a game unless it was to like a top well-known Battlegrounds player because like I was scared, oh no, people are gonna think I'm bad.
right, right,
But I think that's more in my head than anything, you know.
right. So now that you're
I
back,
don't really have
yep.
that mindset now.
Now that you're back from that short hiatus away from the game, how are you approaching YouTube and content creation differently so it doesn't so it feels fun again and doesn't leave
Just
you with that stress?
just taking it a lot more casually and not taking the game as competitively as I was. You know, I still want to play in the high tiers of Battlegrounds for
Yep,
sure, and I still want to make content around that. However, I can't upload every day, and yeah, I'm just not stressing about getting Celestial 1, which I think was a big you know, main reason why I was getting so stressed over the game
right,
because I was constantly like just stressing about having to do well and like the expectations.
right.
Yeah.
Now that you're back, how has the community accepted you? Have you had positive feedback from the community saying, "Hey, Trappy, welcome back. We're so glad to see you," or has there been a different sentiment seen from around the community?
Surprisingly, it's been mostly positive, like 99% positive, which I'm really happy about because I didn't leave the game on the best terms. But I
Yep,
think most people understand, you know, I was going through a bit of a midlife crisis at that point. So yeah, I've been welcomed back into the community and it's been really good. I've been talking to a lot of my old friends, which I talked to before, and they're happy to see me, which is great. I'm happy to talk to them as well.
yep. So, what are you focusing on now when it comes to the game? I know the new EQ just dropped. Battlegrounds is still out there. Summer to Fest is coming out. What are you focusing on now? Now that
Well,
you're back?
I've mainly caught up with with all like the content that's come out, like the Crucible,
Yeah,
Act 9.3, and even Wheel of Fate. It only took me like 2 or 3 days to catch up with all of that content, which was pretty surprising.
right.
So now I'm just focused on playing Battlegrounds more, streaming that, making videos around that, and yeah,
Yeah.
that's mainly what I want to do.
No, I caught up on a couple of your recent videos lately. I caught up on the Cole video that you put out. I think it was either
Yeah.
today or yesterday, which I found very interesting, especially when it comes on the heels of the infamous Spider Woman nerf. So
Yeah.
that was very interesting how you did compare how Cole is just broken. And let's see, I also caught up on you did put a video out recently about you're dealing with autism, which was very
Yeah.
fantastic and allowed a little bit more insight into the man that is Trappy. So I think that that content that you are putting out, not just the Battlegrounds live streams, but that other stuff is going to add value and it will continue to grow your channel for across the community. So
But yeah,
I think you're doing a
definitely.
great job with that.
I
Are you
definitely want to make more commentary videos, but I've actually created a second channel to do that. So I'm
okay?
going to keep my MCLC content on the channel I have now. Then for like, you know, stuff like the autism video, other commentary videos, I'm going to do that on a second channel
Okay,
because otherwise it like messes up the algorithm, all that
right.
stuff.
So you are expanding your YouTube presence and YouTube channels. Are you going to try to take a try at this, making this a full time gig?
Oh, 100%. I've wanted to make YouTube my job like since I first started doing it. I think, you know, it's the perfect job for me really because, you know, at the moment I'm working as a mechanic and
Okay,
yeah, it's a lot of manual labor and I just like something more relaxed that I could do from home like YouTube. I really enjoy editing videos, making videos, so I'd way prefer to do that as a job. I think I'm a long way off it right now, but hopefully I can get there someday.
right. So getting back to MCOC and playing the game, is this game do you still find it competitive fun? I'm using air quotes here. Is it competitive fun, or do you feel work
If I'm
pressure creeping back in sometimes?
if I'm pushing the Celestial one, I don't think I'd find it fun.
Yeah.
If I'm just playing my best, but not like pressuring myself to get to the very top, I feel good about it. I'm enjoying the game
Yep.
as I'm playing right now. I'm not like playing it all day. In fact, I've not played that much of Battlegrounds. Like I only play it when I stream,
Yeah.
maybe a couple games off stream, and yeah, I'm enjoying doing that.
Would you say that you're a free to play, casual spender, dolphin, or whale when it comes to this game?
For like the past 2 years of MCOC, I haven't spent any of my own money,
Okay.
and I'm gonna keep it that way. If someone like sponsors me, I will spend the money,
Yep.
but I won't spend my own money on it. As someone who's 21, living on his own,
Yeah.
can't really afford to drop $1,000 on a mobile game.
Right. Right. Roger. Yeah, it's a little insane what some people do out there, myself included, to play this
Yeah,
godforsaken
but
game.
like, if I was in your position, don't get me wrong, like, I would 100% spend on the game, but just like, I'm not in the position to myself, so I can't really.
Roger. Do you feel, and I've watched videos of yours in the past where you've talked about the imbalance of the game focused more towards whales and champion acquisition. Do you find it hard in your preferred game mode of Battlegrounds in order to keep your roster up to par with regards to a lot of the people you fight in Battlegrounds?
Yeah, right now I can definitely feel the roster creep. My roster is definitely below pretty much everyone who I'm facing in Battlegrounds.
Yep,
And the thing is though, it didn't used to be like this within like the early days of Battlegrounds. Because I did have a very small roster. This was before like anyone sponsored my channel because I wasn't even
yep,
doing YouTube. Even though I had a small roster, I would still do really well in Battlegrounds. But that was because, there wasn't much of a difference between like 6-star rank threes and 6-star rank fours
yeah,
compared to 7-star rank threes and 7-star rank fours. There's a much bigger of a difference. So it's just hard to like actually compete if your roster is smaller now.
right,
And there wasn't as many broken champions that were exclusive only for Wales, like, Human Torch,
yeah,
champions like that. So yeah, in the early days of Battlegrounds, it was actually pretty easy to do well as a low spender as long as you had the skill. Nowadays, not so much. There are definitely players that can, and
right.
it's just not as many,
What are your
and it's just harder.
what are your three top banned champions in Battlegrounds right now?
Full Obsidian, Yelena. I know how to fight Yelena,
Yeah,
like barely. I can't Dex a special 2 yet. I need to practice it.
yep,
I just don't have many counters to her, so I'd say Cool, Yelena, and Serpent. I like to ban Dark Phoenix as well,
yep,
but I don't really have the room for it at the moment. So unless I got room, I gotta let her go and like just pray to the Jesus I
right.
get Hood or like White Tiger, who I fumble with most of the time.
Yeah, how do you feel about Dark? And I was really trying to get Dark Phoenix out of your mouth when I asked that last question. So how do you feel about Dark Phoenix being one of those champions that was only acquired behind a paywall?
I not only hate that she was paywalled, I hate her existence because I really like defenders like Onslaught, Photon, defenders that are tricky to fight without a perfect counter, but you can take them with a vast majority of champions compared to like Dark Phoenix, who just does unavoidable damage to you
Right,
because funny. I just don't find her design very fair, very good for battlegrounds. I want tricky defenders, not unfair defenders. Ever since Serpent came out, I just find that it leans more towards unfair than anything. You need a super specific counter instead of making a actual tough defender, which you can take with most champions.
right. Yeah, it's Dark Phoenix has definitely been a interesting champion to be released behind that paywall. And then we haven't heard yet about any sort of champion rebalance on her, but I think the chances
Yeah.
of her being rebalanced are very slim because she was,
Oh hell
yeah,
no.
yeah.
People dropped a lot of money for her. She is not getting rebalanced.
Yeah. So already in this talk and previously in your previous videos, you've been very clear that while MCOC is overall a positive experience and a fun game, you still have a lot of problems
Yeah,
with the game itself. What are the biggest ones that
100%.
what do you see as the biggest ones currently?
a massive amount of paywall champions. I just think they're overdoing it. There's about 20 champions I can't get at this point, and that was never a thing in the past. There used to be like Weapon X and Jessica Jones, which were
Yeah,
paywalled, and now there's about 20 champions. I think they're overdoing it. I think they're making the game way more pay to win, which yes, it has always been pay to win, but you could still be competitive as a low spender, and I think they're
right,
doing a bad job at managing both sides of it.
right. Now you were gone for a couple months, you know, and I think everybody who's been playing this game as long as we have should put the game down for a couple months just to recharge themselves.
Yeah.
But for the few months that you were on hiatus, uh, I don't know, did you miss a lot of the game changes that Kabam had come out with, as well as the lag and the drop connectivity? Did you get to experience that, or did that happen while you were gone?
I'm pretty sure most of that stuff happened whilst I was gone. I
Yeah,
have been disconnected from two Battlegrounds games though, and that is more than it's happened to me in the past,
yeah,
so I can say that for sure. I know they also changed when you knock the defender down in the corner, they'll basically instantly throw their special free now
yeah,
to nerf the Silk Clock, which I really don't like because it's basically made Titania unusable, and Titania was always one of the best science champions in my opinion, and
yep,
now she's like useless for Battlegrounds because
yep,
you just get special freed.
yep,
But other than that, I'm not really aware of most of the changes. I need to probably catch up on more of the news.
yeah. Yeah, there has been quite a bit of lag and disconnect that I've personally experienced in war as well as battlegrounds, which um, just it sours my like of the game because in these competitive
Yeah.
modes, uh, you need to have a very minimal amount of that. Otherwise, it just feels like you're throwing the game away. Um,
I can 100% agree
yeah,
because I'm not playing War right now, but as you know, I was a very competitive War player
yep,
before all that, and I took it probably more seriously than I should have. If I disconnected from a war fight, I would have crashed out.
right.
So yeah,
And for people watching this video, if you guys weren't aware, Trappy and I were in For Loki together, and For Loki is very focused on Alliance War. So speaking of Alliance War, Trappy, when you were with For Loki, and then other alliances that were Alliance War focused, um, why did you decide to leave an Alliance War focused alliance and move towards more of a place where you could focus solely on battlegrounds?
just because Battlegrounds was always my game mode of choice, it's always the one that has been the easiest thing to make content on for me.
Yeah,
Like if you look at my channel, I don't really make content on like the news or like story content. It's always been Battlegrounds and uploading every day, I didn't have that much time, so I didn't want to use my time on war. So I just left so I could like solely focus on Battlegrounds
right.
and YouTube. And on top of that, I got my War Champion title. So that was also a big reason as to why I didn't feel like I had to try as hard in
Yep.
Alliance War anymore. That's the title I never actually expected to get. I got it really early on in my MCLC career, actually. So getting that early, honestly, it kind of like, I wouldn't say it completely destroyed my motivation to do war, but it definitely dampened it.
Yeah. No, you were a great asset to for Loki while you were there, and then it was you were very missed when you left. So if you ever get the
I,
chance to
I
come
do
back
miss
to us,
for
let us
Loki.
know. Yeah, it's a great group of folks. At least half the alliance has been there for years, so it's a
Yeah.
pretty stable group. Speaking
It's
of,
just
yeah, go ahead.
right. No, I was just saying because do you remember Darth Ghost?
Yeah, yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
talked to
it's
him in a
when
long
he
time.
it's when he left and Manuel left is when I decided to like completely
Yep,
leave for Loki and like go to like a really chill alliance because that's who I was doing war planning with and all that stuff. So yeah, having your friend, one of your best MCOC friends leave the alliance definitely
yeah,
work towards that a bit.
yeah. Speaking of content creation and YouTube. You've said starting YouTube has made you feel part of something bigger. Do you still
Yeah.
feel that way, or has the platform and community changed since you started?
I feel like I can't help as much as I used to because when I first started doing YouTube, battlegrounds tips and tricks were like rarely known.
Right, new.
Basically,
Yeah,
no one was making videos on them,
yeah,
and I pretty much shared everything I know. So I feel like I have less to share now, but other than that, it's still really fun to do, and
yeah,
yeah, I'm enjoying it still. It's a great community. You got a lot of trolls in the MCOC YouTube community as well, but
yep.
I'd say it's like 90% good people.
Are
The other 10% like need to get a life.
are there other content creators that you watch on a regular basis?
That's a good question. I do watch Cantona's streams. I
Yep,
watch Barrowman streams. I watch Andy
yep.
streams. I was watching Imbalance's stream. I don't know if you know him. He's
Yeah, I
another
do.
battleground streamer
Yeah, he's
earlier on
fantastic.
in the
Yeah,
day. I also Lex. Lex is my favorite battleground
Lex.
streamer.
Yep,
He's funny. I'm sorry, but he's just funny.
yep,
And yeah, that's pretty much who I watch.
yeah.
I'm not really into MCLC videos because I've always been like that. I watch videos on stuff I don't do. So if I'm playing a game, I won't really watch as many videos on it.
Right.
Of course, that's not including my early days on MCLC because then I would watch videos on it. But now that I know most of the stuff about the game, I
Yeah.
don't really feel the need to watch videos. But if you're wondering, my favorite MCOC YouTuber, like when I first started, was Karate Mike, and I'm not glazing here, I promise. I know he's like the boss at Kabam now, but
Right.
you can ask Mike this. I told him this when I went to Brawl. Yeah, I watched a lot of his like underrated champion videos, and that's what kind of inspired my content and inspired my MCOC career. Because as you all probably know, I like my underrated champions like Nova,
Yeah.
White Tiger, Odin, all them. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'd say Karate Mike honestly inspired a lot of my content. I just put like a battlegrounds twist on it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm hoping that Mike starts putting up more and more content. But I understand now he's crazy busy with Kabam and
Yeah,
he's got other priorities. But yeah, Mike was definitely one of my formative content creators back in the day when I started playing. Definitely. Now, looking back on when you started YouTube, before you took some time off, before the hiatus, you were
yeah,
pushing yourself to create content daily. Do you think that
100%.
grind was? Do you think that grind was necessary to grow your channel, or do you think you could have just you pulled back just a little bit in order to save a little bit of sanity?
I think I probably would have been better off streaming more because streaming is a lot less effort and a lot less time consuming than making videos.
Yeah,
So I think my stream schedule and my video schedule should have been like flipped around because I was only streaming like twice a week and trying to make a video every day. If anything, I should have like streamed every day and made like 2 videos a week. And I think that probably would have helped me because videos definitely take a longer time to make.
absolutely.
Um, yeah, and I'm like a perfectionist, or at least I was. So if the fight went slightly wrong, I would redo it until it's perfect, like redo it, and sometimes I'd be stuck on like a fight for like half an hour trying to get it perfect,
Right.
maybe even an hour, which I don't like admitting, but it's true.
Now that you're back, and I think you've touched on it a little bit earlier in the talk, what's the vision for your channel? More fun streams, more high-level battlegrounds, a mix of everything. What do you see as the roadmap for your channel now?
Definitely going to start making showcases on newly released champions again. I want to pick up my series. Will
Yep.
they be good for battlegrounds? I think a lot of people really enjoyed that, so I'll be getting back to making that. And yeah, I want to make more videos on underrated champions, but I don't think that there's that many more to make. I think I've covered most of the ones I wanted to cover. But
Yep.
if I can find any more, I will definitely be open to making videos on them. I'm planning some top 10 videos right now. People really seem to enjoy like top 10 videos around
Yep.
Battlegrounds. So I've got a few of them in the bank and working on them. But mainly, I think I'm going to be mainly a streamer from now on.
Okay. Yeah. And you are part of the CCP, correct? So you are
Yes.
able to get access to ranking up champions that are commonly less known, less used. So you do have that
Yes.
ability to do that, which has been a fantastic tool that we've been able to use. Um,
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to grow my channel without the CCP. So
Absolutely. All right. So the MCOC community, you left for a period of time, very publicly, and everybody was tracking. Oh, Trappy's leaving, Trappy's leaving, and then it suddenly Trappy's
yeah,
back. The community at large, writ large, the viewers of your channel and the viewers of many other channels, do you think that they understand burnout content creators go through, that forces their exodus of from the game, or
I
not?
think I think I think the best way to explain it is imagine working your full-time job, then coming home and you feel like you have to do a second job.
Yeah,
It's basically like the best way to explain it to anyone who doesn't know what that feels like.
yeah,
Like,
because
whilst this
yeah,
job is way more fun than an actual job, it's still work.
yeah,
It's still like stopping me from like spending time with other people and stopping me from like chilling, watching YouTube or something. So
yeah,
yeah, it's kind of like you have a second job on top of a full-time job.
right. So, for example, that Coal Obsidian video that you published today or yesterday, how long did you spend on that video, and how long did it take you to actually publish it and get it out?
That video only took like 30 minutes to make
Okay.
because it was a face cam video. Showcases take a lot longer.
Yeah.
That video only took like 30 minutes. And no, I should definitely make more videos like that because they're quick to get out, easy. But that's like a rare example because if you watch my showcases, they take a good 3 or 4 hours to make at least.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
so in previous videos that I've been able to watch, you say you get hyper focused on one thing at a time, and I believe the video
Yeah.
that I was watching that you stated this was the one that where you were talking about your autism. Is this a strength for you for doing content creation, or is it a challenge?
It's it's both because like I will actively sleep deprive myself if I haven't finished a video, or at least I would.
Yeah,
Like I will not go to sleep until I finish that video, even if it takes hours. And yeah, so it can be a strength for getting content out. It's not a strength for my mental health though.
right, right. You've called, and I'm wrapping up here, Trappy. I've got just a few more last questions for you. I appreciate you
Cool,
spending
cool.
time with me. So you've called MCOC a really positive experience overall, and everybody that's been playing
Yeah.
this game for a long time would completely agree with you that this game is fun. It is you've been introduced to new friends, a new community. You feel like you're part of something bigger. Um, Looking ahead, what do you want your second chapter, if this can be called your second chapter in this game, to look like? Do you want it to be a, hey, Trappy is the best guy in Battlegrounds, or do you want people to recognize you for some other quality?
I've already been the best guy in Battlegrounds one season,
Right?
and that is enough for me. So I'm not looking for that anymore. I got my C1, so I'm totally happy with that,
Yeah.
totally content. I just want people to view me as the entertaining, funny British man. That's all I want.
British, right? Yeah.
British,
What excites you most
bottle of
about
water.
what excites you most about the future of MCOC? What do you see in the future that keeps you excited?
I'd like to think that, I can help in getting a lot more players interested in Battlegrounds. And I think I've already done that,
Yep,
but I'd like to do it even more. And I'd like to get Kabam to focus on the game mode more and make it a lot more fair for low spenders. I understand Kabam have to make money,
yep.
but they have to find a balance. They can give Wales an advantage, but they shouldn't make it unplayable for low spenders or even free to play players to get up to Celestial, for example.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, and I've a lot of people notice about me is I have one of the best, most well-developed rosters in the entire game. But unless you know actually know how to play those champions or counter other champions, you really can't get very far.
Yeah.
So I always watching you, Trappy, and watching your videos and you play Battleground. I was in
I
awe.
really appreciate that.
I was in awe of how well you did with with so much less money being spent. and you were able to outperform even the biggest whales. So absolutely fantastic. All right, last question for you. Um,
Okay.
I'm trying to keep this series going as long as I can, get as many people interested in it, grow it for the future. And I ask the same question to everybody that I interview. Who would you, Trappy, would like to see on a Voices of the Community in a future episode? I'm not talking about an individual person, but
Ooh.
a classification, free to play, casual spender, battlegrounds player. What classification of person would you like to see most on a future episode of Voices of the Community?
Can I name someone specific?
Sure. If you say Andy,
I
I'm
would,
I'm,
r-
I'm
I
turning you
would
off right
no.
now.
Andy would be cool, but I would really like to hear Biz. You know, the best,
Biz.
worst in
Yep.
the biz he's called now. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd like to get his opinion because he's probably the most skilled person who spent the less money.
Okay.
I'd really like to get his opinion on the game and what he thinks about all this because despite everything I've said, he's one of like the very few people who can get on the leaderboard
Right.
whilst being free to play,
Right.
which is crazy. So I think you should try and convince him to come on here, to be honest.
All right. Done. We'll reach out to Biz and see if we can get him on.
Yeah.
I have a list of people that are trying to get on. I'm really excited for the future of the series. So I'll add him to the list. So Trappy, thank you again for participating in this Voices of the Community. I'm sure everybody out in the world, all the viewerships are going to be very excited to hear a little bit about your background, the reasons why you took a break from the game while you're back, the future of your channel. Again, thank you so much for spending your time with me. For all of the
No
viewers
worries.
of this video, this interview, please hit like and subscribe. It helps me out, helps the video out, helps me make more episodes of Voice of the Community. So please hit those like buttons. And thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in a future video.